Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, boys, I have a Friday treat. I have a Friday treat today.
Nice. What is it?
Joining us in studio today for a very rare guest spot is the lovely Mrs. Mike O'Mara. Carla O'Mara is here right now.
Hello, all.
Today is a
Glad to be here.
day.
Wow, there she is. Yes, sirree. And this is an opportunity for the boys to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
They get my perspective on it
Mike's
all the time.
doing A-OK.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yes, sirree. Here we are. Isn't this lovely? Isn't this wonderful? How are you, Carla?
I'm wonderful.
That's terrific. This is a moment where we rarely get these moments where Carla and I are both ready to come on the show, and the little guy is enjoying a little nappy poo right now. So,
Hey, Mike, do you want to maybe
we're stealing a
consider,
moment, Rob.
You
What,
want to
Rob?
consider keeping your hands to yourself there? You're a little,
I know.
That is a family show.
Huge.
you're a little handsy.
Huge. Okay, let me demonstrate this. This would be the Billy Facillo look. Now, the reason we're kind of doing this is not because I want to grope my wife, although I like groping my wife.
He
The
does
fact
it.
is,
And who doesn't?
we're in very close quarters with this camera to get a two-shot. It's very hard to do. But Billy Facillo would be like this.
Oh, almost like a half Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah. You almost looked nauseated when I did that, Carla.
Yeah, I don't like it.
What do you
at
mean
all.
almost?
Carla feels like it's a sign of when she saw Billy Facillo do that in one of his TV commercials. She felt like it was abusive, right?
Yeah,
the way
very
he was
abusive.
Because he does it to his salesman, and he goes, "Hey, Caroline,
Yeah,
hey, how are
she
you?"
has to put up with that.
It's the forearm to the neck.
Yeah, it is.
That's what it is.
That's why
disgusting.
the commercials can only be 60 seconds or she'll lose consciousness. If they do that in an infomercial, they'd have to call an ambulance.
Well, anyway, we're down here, and I open the floor to you boys. This is a chance for you to chat with us. I'm not directing this segment.
Oh, I would love
you
to. I
are.
have a few questions.
Well,
of my
please,
own,
why don't
if
you begin?
mind.
Yeah. Morally safer.
Fun Mike is back.
Yes, thank God. Yeah. Woohoo. I said, Mike, my God, you have to have a drink. Like,
Yeah, she kind of was
have
the
a
catalyst.
drink, please.
She was the catalyst.
You're killing me.
making
All right,
it.
Ay, ay,
follow
ay.
up to that then.
Yes, please.
What was the tipping point? Because it had been nearly a year since he, alcohol had touched his lips. What really made you say, Carla, the time is now?
the sickness. He's been sick.
She's
He
not-
She,
needed a
like me,
drink.
believed that
Not pulling
that
any punches.
all of my health woes were a result of non-alcohol.
Yeah, have some alcohol. It's
Or
good
she
for
said,
you.
let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. That I didn't say this, but the day after the first, it was a week ago Friday that we broke the ice,
Was it?
where we went out with the
Maybe.
people at the in the community.
It all runs together.
It all runs together down here in Camp Cocoon.
Yeah.
Sounds
Here
like
in-
someone
here in
else is
Camp
drinking
Cocoon.
too.
I
don't know,
might
Mike,
be a
it
little
all-
hungover.
Yeah,
all
Carla,
runs
we're
together.
going to talk about that later. Carla went out with the ladies last night.
And you fresh.
So we're actually we're
Yeah.
starting to assimilate. We are starting to assimilate,
Mike,
and things are very good.
Let's hear
I
it
got
for the
talked
ladies.
into
Excuse me, I
the-
sound stuffed up here. What?
I got talked into the PJ party on Monday.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
Well,
We'll talk about
Wow.
that. She's getting
Type of
into it.
club.
Yeah.
She's getting into it. It's absolutely fabulous. But no, and I will tell you that after I went out and I had the wine the other night, I actually woke up in the morning and I had more than regularity.
Oh,
Yeah,
look
that's
at
what
you.
happens.
5
when-
times a day regularity.
Yeah, when you drink wine and you haven't had wine in a long time,
Yes.
you have the best bathroom experience
Yeah.
the next day. You
Doctor's
really
orders.
do. It cleans you out.
Wow.
Isn't she nice?
It
Isn't
is.
she sweet the way she describes that? But
Mike,
anyway.
it's like 2 cups of
connected.
raisins served in a glass.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Yeah, well, wine, prunes, it's all related.
Yeah, sure.
Probably, somehow.
So,
Hey, guys, hi. I'm just sitting here. You guys are asking the questions.
Oh, I didn't know if you were done. I would say
Okay.
I would say this. So I'm happy that Mike is back, right? Fun Mike is back,
Right.
Because let's be honest, Mike when he's grumpy and he's sober isn't as fun as.
Well,
you can't go left.
by definition,
Yes.
Fun Mike is more fun.
Yeah, exactly. Is there a time, though, are you scared that Fun Mike, because right now he's just getting back in the swing of things, that Fun Mike will get back to Fun Mike with a capital F?
Or even worse than that, could he turn into Fusillo Mike? Which is another word that starts with F and U.
That, say you wake up in the morning, and I know Mike takes care of all the baby duties in the AM.
So to speak.
Oh, yeah.
That he's going to be.
Fortunately, there was not a baby duty today.
Of course not.
That he won't be able to help out as much as you'd like him to help out because he may be working off
Compromised.
Yeah,
Compromised.
Look, to answer your question, Oscar, I'm terrified. I am terrified. And I'm so terrified that I don't even bring it up like, hey, you should only drink this amount and you should only, maybe a water, a beer. Like, I don't even go into it because I don't even want to bring that up.
I should point out that I went over to the dark side ever so slightly on the very first night back.
Yeah, he did.
Did I not?
Red wine?
Carla,
He
no,
did.
on red wine, Carla
is
will
the
tell you.
gentlest drunk of them all.
Rob, you know
No.
this tell. Oscar, you know this tell. You know all my tells. I ended up at a table that we weren't with. I ended up moving over to another table with young
Second
people
location.
and saying, "Yeah, I went."
And debating.
That's really not the.
Oh, and he was
debating.
debating?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
debating.
He was
Politics.
good conversation.
Hey, listen.
Carla, here's a question. Here's a question that I have for you. It's 2015 and it's a new start. Obviously, you're doing very well with the neighbors because you're going to some sort of calendar shoot pajama party. I don't know what it is, but I'll take 2 copies. But the question is, do you
All
think
right, calm
that
down, you.
drinking Mike will help him assimilate with
That's true.
with the neighbors down there?
Very true.
Oh, absolutely. Especially on the golf course.
Drink cart.
I have, much like Brandy Glanville from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Her name comes up entirely too much on
because
this
let
show.
me tell you why I'm relating
She's
to
a
her.
mess.
I am she's a hot mess.
She is really a mess.
I'm relating to her because I think I behave badly when I'm insecure.
Mike is very insecure.
I'm insecure down here, so I behave badly when I'm out there, and I'm delighted anytime I get a chance to be out on a golf course in Florida.
Sure.
It, to me, is
okay, is
incredible.
this about you or are they
Wow.
asking me questions?
I'll shut up.
Let's
I'll
get
shut up
into
and
the
listen.
juicy stuff.
All right, well,
what you guys
how
really
about
want
this?
to know.
Carla, Mike was about to explain his insecurity. Let's keep the train rolling. Why don't you explain Mike's insecurity?
Yeah, please.
Oh.
Great question.
I don't know. I mean, Mike is like he always said.
No,
Hello,
okay,
hello.
Go ahead.
Like Mike always says.
Carla, if I were you, I'd have a word with your engineer after the show.
He feels like he's maybe a freshman in college.
I've told them that.
Yeah,
I
I've
know.
told them
That's
that.
the best way I can describe it. I don't know why he's insecure. He has no reason to be.
So
He's
like
funny
with the
and-
priest the other day, and I didn't mention this because I'm embarrassed because I don't want to. I really don't. You guys know that I've totally gotten a Jones for golf again. I'm completely. It's a resurgence in my golf. I love doing it, and I've been living down here for years. Never been able to take advantage of it. Now I do. So but I threw a club in the pond the other day.
And nobody saw him do it.
And nobody saw me do it.
twice.
God, Mike, that's like you of 15 years ago.
I know. I shanked 2 out of the bunker, and I shanked one.
Was
and
it
I
a
almost
wedge?
hit the guy. It was a 60-degree wedge. It's dead.
Oh,
it sleeps with the
man.
fishes. It's
Oh,
Luca Brasi.
no. Oh,
it's
Mike.
Luca Brasi. That's okay. I got a couple in the garage.
Carla, what was the mood he was in, or what was the sort of flavor of the conversation when he revealed to you that he had thrown a golf club into the pond?
He was really disappointed. He was happy. He could not wait to tell me that he did this. But he told me more than twice. He told me more than twice that Carla, nobody saw it either. Like he was not.
You know, that makes it
people to
less.
see it.
That makes it less healthy because you're
Yeah, well.
secretly throwing stuff in the water.
when
I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't because it was unspoken. I didn't know that anyone had not seen it. Did I say that the right way? I didn't know that it hadn't been seen until the end of the round of golf when I walked up and I apologized. I said, sorry for my little temper tantrum there, guys, when I threw my club. And they said, you threw a club?
See,
That's how
nobody-
focused.
nobody's
Everybody's
paying
into their own
attention
trip.
to you.
That's right.
Meanwhile,
Nobody
the-
cares.
the
See,
priest
oh,
said-
by the way, this is the thing. Now that we
here's
live
the
here,
thing.
nobody pays attention to Mike. He's not used to this. Some Virginia people paid
He
attention
did say
to him.
yesterday, hey,
Yeah.
guys, let's find a way to make the Mike O'Mara show big in South Florida.
Exactly.
Yeah, he needs that. He needs his ego inflated.
This is why we suggested the neon on the air sign.
Yes.
Would you be okay with that, Carla?
Oh,
in the
I
window.
totally. You know what? I had no idea that you suggested that.
Yeah.
I also suggested that
Oh.
recently. I'm like, what if we put out a big neon on the garage saying on air,
When
like,
he's on air.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah,
be
that'll
great.
go over.
and then all the old people in their windsuits can come over.
Yeah, they're in windsuits today.
Yeah, they're in.
It's
they're
cold
in
down here, so
1980 windsuits.
Seriously.
I swear to God, if I can get some pictures, I
This
will.
is 1980s Alaska down here this morning.
Yeah, they're faded blues.
Sure.
And
Carla,
aquas.
Carla, what happened to the hot babysitter?
Yeah.
Oh, she was a mess too. She
Did we ever
she
seriously?
canceled last minute on us.
Did we ever really have a? I don't consider her hot at
thought
all on
Nice
any
save.
level.
Which one?
save.
Yeah.
No, I am not
one.
lying. I am not. The first one,
The babysitter
the first
that
one
looked like
had,
Brandy Glanville?
no, the first one,
I hope not.
the first one had a profile picture that was hot, but then when she got here, she was not hot, and then
I
the set-
disagree.
I want
she
the
was
girl
hot?
in
She
the
was
picture.
cute.
Exactly, like an escort service, right? I
Yeah,
want the
she
girl
was-
in the picture.
Yeah,
Right.
She was cute, but she was broke.
We
and
have
desperate.
a an older lady now who
Carmen.
is
Fabulous.
the
San
definitive
Diego?
babysitter, the greatest babysitter in the world.
Giving him a little S. I like that.
Carmen, Carmen Electra.
Carmen San Diego.
Who's Carmen San Diego?
Like,
Why are
where
you
in the
laughing
world
at
is
that?
Carmen
Thank you.
San
It's a
Diego?
generational
Used to
thing,
be
Mike.
like-
It is.
Well, someone explain it to me,
It was
please.
a game show, right? It was a game show.
The kids' game show. That's right.
Yeah, on TV.
Yes.
Carmen
Where in the
San
world
Diego.
is Carmen
Yeah, I
San
used
Diego?
to get
When we
some
were kids, Mike.
Kool-Aid
When
and
we were kids.
salt and vinegar
Yeah,
chips.
Yeah.
And,
And Mike,
sit
I'll do
down
a
and
Carmen
watch
reference
that.
you can understand. Na 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 na.
Carmen, you mean the opera?
See, I didn't get that.
Wait a minute, I got one for Rob because Rob's just almost as old as I am, maybe older. Ay, ay, ay,
Oh,
ay.
I like that.
Salsa American way. That's Carmen Miranda.
Oh, I
voice.
like that.
Oh, with the hat of fruit.
Yes, the hat of fruit. All right, last question.
Oh,
Where
I
are we-
want Rob to ask a question. Rofo.
Yeah, come on. Rofo.
Rofo, do you have a question?
Rofo is-
Oh.
he
The-
is
Rofo, by the
blushing.
way, has been punting his way through 2015 when we go to him with a microphone.
Yeah.
Now we've given him a little setup, so he's had time to think.
Cool, Rob. We're
Rofo,
all
you're
rooting for you.
Make it good, Rofo.
All right, go ahead, Rofo.
What are your plans for the weekend?
Oh, you're such a dork. Come on, there's something more that you've been wanting to
Well,
know.
that's the
than
boss's
what
wife.
are my
Just ask him. Just
Yeah.
ask.
plans
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
weekend?
Yeah, let's see here.
Remember, the boss lives very far away, so it'd be very hard for him to do anything to actually
Right.
affect you.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Just ask.
Well, while you think about it, our plans for the weekend are they're very boring. We're going to the Power 10 dinner,
Yes.
which is a church
It's a
thing.
church
Power
thing.
of 10.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
going to play that? Are you hosting that game show?
No,
I can
no.
send you the
Isn't that
element.
funny that that's what they call it? That's
Yeah.
what they call it. But it's the 10-year
some
anniversary of
copyright
the church.
infringement, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I'm sure it's fine.
So
Then we're
getting
going to
the other one.
organize Michael's room on Sunday.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
but pretty exciting
Start
little
the
weekend.
OCD
Oh, yeah,
early.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
So great.
I told you to alphabetize your fire trucks.
Forward. Go
So I
ahead.
guess
Yeah.
that's
So what's
okay.
so what do you predict is the first night that you all won't be in the same bed together?
Oh, that is really weird.
Wow, do you know how he is like? He is white and black. There
Yes.
is no gray. There is nothing.
like
Do you mean when we will leave each other's marital bed and we will sleep in separate bedrooms?
I'm not filling in the details.
well, let me tell you this. Okay, that's never going
Thanks
to
a lot.
happen.
Thanks for that, by the way.
That is never
You
going.
incredible hump. Thank you.
That is never going to happen.
details. I just
You know why?
I'd ask a non sequitur and then have you handle it, Mike.
Sweetie.
What happened to the guy that we knew in 2014 that was on the fast track to becoming a fine young broadcaster?
No,
and
not
now
a
we have
chance.
this guy.
He's dead. He's dead on the
Rob.
side of the road. He's roadkill.
Rofo.
Yeah.
Rofo. Rofo.
Rofo.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm in a different scene.
Wait.
here.
Rofo. Show
I mean,
killer.
really.
Show killer. Show killer. Show killer.
Even better.
You were the one to ask the question. You're just an intern, you know?
Oh my goodness! Aren't you horrible?
I've got
Wow.
a different
just kidding.
chant. Career
All right,
killer,
just
career
kidding.
killer, career killer, career killer.
All right, last question in the hands of one of the professionals. Go ahead, boys. and
I
then
have
we'll
one.
get
All right,
going.
please,
go ahead,
Oscar.
It's I have to say with all due respect to Mike, Carla, the way that you have stood by Mike the entire past year of 2014 with all his restoration going on.
That's right.
I want to thank you for that. I don't think we've ever really thanked
And
you
when is the scaffolding coming off?
Two, you guys sound and look so happy. I can't be happier for you. Are you as happy as you look?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I mean, Mike could always, be more positive.
Sure. Yeah, I could be more positive. I was bitching today about.
Look at the sun; it's out.
Carla, no, I was bitching about the coverage of the Paris thing today. I was bitching about
tough.
CNN. I did it online, but that's when I go to Facebook. That's what I use Facebook for, to get my little bitches out. And then somebody compares me to Rob's posts, which are always like happy, happy, joy, and mine are always like CNN ought to be shot, that type of thing.
I like when you get your bitches out, Mike.
Thank you, Rob.
Time to get my bitches out.
That's right.
So, Rofo, I do want to answer your question, though.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so I'm never going to leave the marital bed because we have sleep numbers.
Hey, thank you. Bye, honey.
Big winner. Big winner. Big winner.
Ciao.
That's Carla. She's got to go back to her studio. She was taping a special across the
She
hallway.
just hit a grand slam home run.
That was fantastic. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you very much. And she likes popping in once in a while. That was completely spur of the moment. I said the baby was still asleep. We might as well give that a chance. And so far, no injuries.
No,
Yes.
Rofo tried to ruin it.
I
but,
didn't get in the
she
one
saved it.
question I wanted to ask. If she
What was that, Rob?
Thinking about my bag.
Start the show, you hump.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
When did you leave?
January 21st, 1965.
You remember that?
It's Thursday, very snowy out. 7.2 inches of snow that day.
Yes, that's just after Mom died, New Year's.
Yeah, Mom died January 5th, 1965.
And you remember that day? You remember that day that you left?
Short and sudden illness.
You remember that day that you left?
Yeah.
But was I there? Where was I?
You were in the window. You waved to me. Bye-bye, Rain Man. Bye-bye, Rain Man.
You were the one that sang to me?
Yeah.
Did I like it when you sang to me?
Yeah.
Did we sing any other songs? You like the Beatles?
Yeah.
What's scary about it?
I want my baby. Water.
Water burn baby? What baby? Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Easy.
Water.
Ray.
Hot water. Hot water.
Easy, Ray.
Burn, baby.
I'm not burned.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me, please.
Water burn,
Ray,
baby.
please.
Hot water.
I'm not burned.
Hot burn, baby.
I'm not burned, man.
Hot burn, baby.
I'm not burned.
Yeah.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, here's Mike.
When I moved down here to Southwest Florida, we had to have cameras because there is no way I could enjoy that segment without watching Rob Spiewak react to that segment.
Do you
And
know
that
there's
is-
a certain tape, there's a flavor of tape that works best on a Friday. Sometimes it involves a horror film. Sometimes it involves really great American acting. And
my
when you
God.
have the bathtub scene
Oh, dear.
from Rain Man, I say TGIF, everybody.
We are live from the Happy Flavor Studios from sunny Southwest Florida and our nation's capital. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, powered by Encore Insurance Services and heard daily for over 5 years at MikeO'MaraShow.com, online, on air, and on your mobile device. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you're here, you do too. Our show today is brought to you by the good people at Mack Weldon, one of our newer sponsors on the Mike O'Mara Show, and we are delighted to have. The men's underwear has essentially been the same for 50 years. Mm-hmm. That's that's like back in the caveman days.
That's
isn't
nearly half a century, Mike.
It's incredible. Mack Weldon is here to upgrade your underwear drawer for 2015. Make a resolution to change your underwear. I am asking you to do that because the guys at Mack Weldon thought that underwear could be made better, and they did it. You're not going to be able to tell by looking at it. You're not going to be able to tell unless you feel it. And that means the material, the way they put it together. Great undershirts, and I'm in love with their socks. Seamless, cushioned footbeds, baby.
Phenomenal.
And I didn't think it'd be that big a deal, to be honest with you. I really didn't until I tried them on, and they make a difference. Especially anybody, all you executive types out there. When you're wearing school hard shoes all day long, if you're working in an office environment, having a cushioned footbed on their great socks makes a difference. They're super comfortable and they stay up always. MackWeldon.com has great multi-packs and starter kits. Here's a special deal just for our listeners. Go to MackWeldon.com and enter the code TMOS for $5 off, plus free expedited shipping on orders over $50. Buy more, save more. Remember that name, MackWeldon.com. That's MackWeldon.com, and I can't wait to get my new socks.
You love it. You are a sock guy.
Just to get it off my chest, very briefly, I mentioned it on Facebook, and I will not dwell on it. I know people hate it when I go on and on and on. I'm not. I'm going to keep this brief. But CNN, to be honest with you people, I have to tell you, when they're covering this story and turning these idiots, these unloved maniacs, into something more than they are, it drives me insane. And I'm talking about the terrorists over in France that are now apparently involved. As we tape this show, there's a standoff going on, and they have them cornered, and they're talking about martyrdom, and they're talking about they're willing to die. You don't know that. They're essing their pants right now, probably, and they're misguided, unloved, twisted people that have gotten it wrong. They're losers in life. They will be losers in death if they die. I am so tired of the hyper-sensationalism of these stories. It's ridiculous. These are criminals. That's all they are. Nothing more, nothing less. And I hate to see the hype machine, which is really, I don't know, Rob, is it because of the fact that they want ratings, or is it because they just are so freaking lazy that they have no other way to fill their time?
No,
there are lots of news stories
I don't
out
think
there.
this is laziness. I think this is stupidity, and I think this is also a cry for ratings. And also, you've got a TV-ready event, and NBC did the same thing. They ran out of the gate on the Today Show with their hands over their heads screaming. Richard Engel is there. They're covering the whole thing. And here's the deal.
When you are playing, when you're dealing with criminals, process, we're playing right into the hands. If there is an evil mastermind up in a tower somewhere, this is playing right into his hands.
When they say we want to be martyrs, you know how you make them martyrs? By covering everything they do and showing what they're doing and reading their wishes. You know what they should have done? A 5-line story that the people have been cornered, and we will cover it. And
we'll let you know when they're dead.
When something happens.
Like the guys, well, look, you have to alert the public, so you got to give that. But the way that the NFL or big sporting events treat the streakers or the guys around the field.
Exactly.
And they just talk.
Morgana.
Yeah, that's it. So but you just talk about something else while they figure that out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the spoiled child in our society, our news media, and our media in general. Our spoiled child will never, we're not doing tough love, and the only way to do tough love would be the same way we would get the political leadership
you have
we
to
need.
Stop watching.
I stopped watching.
I
or
stopped watching
voting.
2 days ago when the story broke. When I was watching as it broke on CNN, because that's what I would go to. And they had a retired general and somebody else, 2 guys breaking down the tactics of these 2 losers.
Yep.
And saying if they were trained, if they weren't trained. But look, I can get that for 2 seconds. But then they had a still image.
Got to bring Oscar's level up a little bit. He's again like he is in a wind tunnel.
They had a still image. Do you hate me, Rob? I think you hate me.
But that's nothing to do with your microphone.
He doesn't want people to listen to me. They had a still image, Mike, of the assault rifle, one of these losers, these terrorists,
right? Yeah, but call them losers. That's what they are. They're losers.
With the gun to the French police officer's head. A still image of that, clear, not blurred out. What the F is the point in showing that?
Yeah, and they talk about the planning and the training, and give me a break. You're talking about criminals. The same guy that walks into a liquor store. Yeah, they might have given it some thought. This might be the newspaper that had had the cartoons about the prophet that were so controversial. But by and large, you're not talking about masterminds here. You're not.
No.
You're talking about broken human beings. That's what they are. And until we get with it, and God, we play into it.
Oh,
we
today
play into it
when they are asking people, what are they doing over there right now to figure out the situation? Why don't we just hand them our plans? I mean, don't tell them what we're doing.
It's
But
so...
you've been through so many situations like this. What are the hostage negotiators doing right now? And it's like, don't do this.
Nobody knows.
No,
yeah,
it's horrible.
And I don't know. The end game with this is, I hate to say it, but you're probably going to see more attacks because that's what these people do. We're kicking their ass in the Middle East, at least from everything I read. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much wherewithal they have, and we'll see what happens. You're talking about the West, which really means Europe, where you're going to have some of these people doing these things. But ultimately, that's the word I like to use. They're losers. They're losers in life.
And we're rewarding them.
And we're rewarding them with more fame than they would ever get on their own merit. They're just a bunch of scumbags. And and when I see graphics that say France is terrorized, it's like, I just wish people would calm down. I really. So that's it. I just wanted to say that. That's what pissed me off today. The more important thing is, how's your cold snap?
It is.
How's your cold snap up there in D.C.? What's the temperature today? What's your high temperature going to be today, boys?
It was 21, I think, when I left the house this morning, so still wicked cold. And, Mike, here's something you're going to love. They have all weekend to brew this up. They're calling for ice storms for the Monday morning commute.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, God. And they've already started the machine?
Yep, the machine started
ice
up.
storm.
Yeah, that's a stone cold lock. That's a stone cold lock that you're not going to get it then. If they're starting it today, that's a guarantee that you're not going to get it.
I would love to think that. But, Mike, because it is now, 25 degrees outside, make sure that the kids of Loudoun County have a 2-hour delayed open today.
So they delayed schools again today.
Based on cold. Now, I know that I went to school a million years ago, but you know what I recall? I recall it being cold, and I think we went to school when it was cold because even back then, Mike, there was heating. There was heating in the classrooms. So what happens is...
in my day, I remember when it was under 10 degrees, we had to go to school in 3 inches of snow in Ked sneakers.
Oh, you had shoes.
That's right. And even though the temperature was low with the Ked canvas, it would actually get very, very. What's happening? Hold on. What's happening? Carla just snuck in behind. What are you doing?
Hey, look who's back.
What are you doing?
Wait.
She's grabbing my wallet.
Honey,
we'll
been
take
under
a
the
break.
console
I
the
will reach
entire
in
time?
and get. My God! Don't put your finger there.
Oh my God! Mike, if she goes much lower, you're going to have to give her a copay.
All right. I totally lost my place in the show. We'll take a break, come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Well, the new year is upon us, and it's time to gather the family around the old Neumann and talk about what's really important.
You mean video games?
Or Fallout Boy?
No. The real important stuff.
Oh no, he's gonna talk about those stupid fruitcakes again.
Jeez, Dad, don't you know no one cares?
No, I want to talk about the magic of the holidays. Now, did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Kinda.
Pretty much.
Well, what did we possibly miss?
The 2015 TMOS bonus package.
It's the best gift for any TMOS fan, even yourself, because it's the gift that keeps on giving.
For once, Robert is right. 1-year subscription gets you full access to all of the 2015 bonus content.
Plus, on-demand video access to every bonus show and access to the entire bonus show anthology.
And you get it with over 25% savings. It truly is a bonus.
Besides, Dad, it's a great way to support the Mike O'Mara Show while getting all that great content.
Just click on the banner marked TMOS bonus packages and be a part of this important opportunity.
Do it now, and God bless us, everyone.
Hey, I wanted to be Tiny Tim.
Dad, you're not a tiny anything.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show, because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
All right, I want to say some things when we come back after this commercial.
Okay.
I want to tell you about that. I love that promo. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. The new year is here, and it's time to start the year with smart choices.
Yes.
I shaved with Harry's today. Choose Harry's.
So did I.
Harry's is the smarter shave that respects both your face and your wallet. Did you shave your head today, Rob, or just your face?
Just my face.
Harry's ships directly to your door from their factory in Germany. Nearly a century of shaving experience goes into every blade, and that means a superior shave every time. And by cutting out the middleman, I get it? They can offer an amazing shave at a fraction of the price of drugstore brands. You'll love the starter set. This is a great deal, and a lot of our listeners did this in 2014. We hope they'll do it in 15. For $15, you get the razor, 3 blades, and your choice of Harry's shave cream or foaming shave gel. And as always, free shipping and your satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Go to harrys.com right now. That's HARRYS.com. Enter the code TMOS, and Harry's will give you $5 off your first order. That's right. Enter our code TMOS, $5 off your first order.
Mike, you know that means you can get the starter kit for $10.
$10. You will not find a better deal. HARRYS.com. Change the way you shave forever. I do not want to play sibling rivalry here. I really, really don't.
All right.
And I think Julia is a very talented actress, but vocally,
his
Robert
voice, though,
III has a quality to his voice. Rob, I swear to God, I would try to get him some sort of representation.
Yeah. He's so
he
Peanuts.
knows how to do it. He has that, but that is just a classic kid's voice that he's got, and I think he can do that for a while. I think he can. It's so funny
until
when you hear
it starts.
Some
Until it starts changing, Mr. Douglas.
Some shekels for college.
Yeah, you know what? That was they were really high on the Christmas spirit when we did that. I think we did that on the 26th, and he was so excited. And they were both. The only thing I really had to cut out was they were laughing when they were doing the reads. It was so much fun to do that promo.
Dad, you're not a tiny anything.
That's super
Yeah, I
sweet.
want to thank the staff of the Honeymooners for writing that joke 70 years ago. But
see, that's where that encyclopedic knowledge of pop culture comes in handy. You can, you can poop out those lines from 40 years ago
that no one
very
remembers
well.
because everyone isn't watching it anymore. But yeah, the kids were great with that, and I love using Robert's voice. He sounds like Linus. He sounds not my dog, but Linus in the Peanuts cartoons.
We get it. We get it.
Let me ask you this, fellas. With the recent developments with Bill Cosby being heckled at his performance, I think up in Canada is where he did, and then the whole saga of Felicia Rashad, who played his TV wife, coming out, and it sounded like she was defending him, and then she clarified a few things.
Said she was misquoted, literally.
She was misquoted. I don't know if you agree with me. I feel sorry for anybody who worked with Cosby during the heyday. I feel sorry for all of those people.
I agree.
The guilt by association must be so difficult. You know, for those of you that are a little younger, Bill Cosby, when Bill Cosby owned the NBC television network.
He saved it. He literally
saved it.
Quite literally saved the net. They were in last place before they started that Thursday lineup.
And then they were all, for a few years, the way I remember it, Rob, they were all anybody watched. It was all Cosby all the time. Specials, TV appearances. I remember going to the old Capitol Center in Washington, D.C., and seeing Bill Cosby with 18,000 people. Wow. That is a big deal when you can fill a stadium for a comedy show.
Not many comics can do that ever.
And and Bill Cosby, I've interviewed him, and I don't feel like the people that worked with him, but I interviewed the guy. I got his autograph when I was a kid, and I know that I feel that little pang of that letdown feeling, and I just feel as though, if anything else in Bill Cosby's mind, and it's not going to happen with his team of lawyers and his representatives, but wishful thinking, when we talk about so many people who have said Bill Cosby should come clean, it would be really the right thing to do for the people that worked with him, that don't have to be out there like the girl that was on Celebrity Apprentice the other night, and Rudy, and then Felicia Rashad, and all those people that worked with him that have to sit there and do that. Being guilt by association in media is not fun at all.
No, and it's tough. And you
know,
know what? Very, very true that they might not have had any. Let's say it's true. They could have gone through life never knowing about it. Because you know what they did? They worked with him. That's it. And if
maybe
they
that
didn't
was his code.
Yeah. If they didn't see any, didn't see any evidence of it, they
well,
are,
I see. If he's a predator, and there's not a lot of, and there's mounting evidence every day to point to that. You've got a guy that probably was extremely careful to keep
That's
it
how
from
he got away with it for so
his
long.
primary inner circle. You know, he's not going to do anything around Felicia Rashad or his, or any of his, older TV daughters. What are you laughing at?
Do you think he GHB'd the pudding?
No, it was never pudding. It was always a drink.
Nothing.
I
thought that was gonna swing. Swing. The miss.
But
it's just sad.
It is, and
sad.
you feel sorry for everyone because they are going to have to deal with this the rest of their life. And you know what? Cosby, if he's lucky, he's got 10 more years left on this coil.
That a-hole is so full of himself, he will eventually slip up.
Yeah, do you know? You heard he made a joke. He joked about
now.
It
What do you,
last
when
night.
you say that? So back that up. What do you when you say that he will eventually slip up? What I can't even think of what you might mean.
He will do an interview, much like
well,
he did at the beginning.
Okay.
And
Might be sooner than later because there are rumors that he's going to go on Oprah.
He will say something that he can't walk himself out of, and then he will beg for it not to air, and it will air.
Well, last night he was doing the show in Canada, and a lady got up, and as comics will often do, if someone gets up in the middle of the show, they target them.
Yes.
And she said, "I'm going to get a drink. Would you like one?" And he said, "You better be careful if you drink around me."
Oh.
And there was they said there's like awkward silence followed by a. I mean that's and that to me is really a peek at the size of his ego.
Yeah.
That he's now at a point where he's not only going out and doing his act, I can almost see that because that's his job, but when you are making light of something that in anybody's estimation is serious. This is serious business. And if he's going to make an offhanded thing about
on stage.
No, but to be on stage and making light of it, this is a mistake.
What about, okay, and look, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Nice.
What about the people that say nothing has been proven?
Well, they're not lying.
Yeah. So I would say to them, because people have told me that when I talk about it.
When I see that, Oscar, it also speaks to a different era, a different era way back when. You think about all the bad behavior that from famous people that occurred over the years that we'll never know about. I mean, the fact is that these women, almost to an individual, come forward, and there was fear and there was intimidation, and society was not we didn't have a society where you could come forward with that kind of stuff and do it safely. So that's probably why it happened. At least that's what I believe.
Well, in that time, 30 years ago, society made it where the victim was the one that would come off looking bad.
And then there's people that said, well, he's famous. He was famous then.
I'd just like to get this cappuccino. If you could drink the cappuccino,
Hey, Cos,
that.
did you make a cappuccino for Kathy Lee Gifford?
I'm wearing my tapestry robe right now, and it's undone.
I would say this also, that just like Michael Jackson, everybody would say nothing was ever proven, but why would you continue to pay people off?
Yeah, true.
And that isn't the case with Cosby. He's settled.
Yeah.
Right? Multiple times.
And the fact is that you've got the machine, and as long as you've got the machine, when I talk about the machine, I'm talking about his handlers, his publicists, his lawyers, his advisors. They're still getting. He's got more money. My God, that man was the highest paid man in television.
He never needs to lift another finger, and he's, at least up until recently, he was getting a lot of syndication money. But do you know what would really, really not surprise me is as we proceed with this, and I think this story is going to carry for a few more months until we get some sort of resolution. If it's proven that NBC had anything to do with any sort of protection payoff or hushing, then you've got big problems because he was so important to the network. They really had, that's a valuable piece of property to protect.
From NBC in Burbank.
Close that door. Close that door. Step out of here. I don't want you.
I'm surprised. Usually when you're a scumbag like that, you have... because you're such a pervert, you eventually tell friends what you've done.
Part of the thrill, probably.
Right? Part of the thrill. I'm surprised there aren't, not women, but guys in his life that were like, Yeah,
I would.
I remember
think
one day when he told me,
it'd be hard to analyze his kink though, because obviously his kink has to do with power,
people being passed out,
and people being passed out. So maybe that part of it. I mean, you really can't analyze it, but you're
but
right.
ultimately,
you would
do you
think he would talk about it.
They bragged.
You know what I would think? Here's what I really would think Cosby would do. I would think that at the end of the day, he may have already done it for all we know. At the end of the day, he comes clean to one person, and that would be his wife. If he hasn't already done that.
If not his wife, Mike, certainly Robert Culp. From I Spy.
He's dead.
Oh, no.
Isn't Robert Culp dead?
I don't know. Can you look into that, please? Thank you. Maybe he speaks to him at the cemetery. I'm going to visit Robert Culp's headstone.
I've got to go to the headstone. I'll be dropping off a manila envelope with a 5-page confession in ragged
Mike, I always wonder, and I love that Rob actually knows Robert Culp and half the characters.
You don't know Robert Culp, do you?
You know what?
Robert Culp was on I Spy, which was Bill Cosby's first hit television
Your
show.
only possible overlap, he played Deborah's dad on Everybody Loves Raymond. He had a recurring role.
I know that gentleman.
Okay, there you are
yes,
now.
yes.
And the fact is that the thing about I Spy, it was the first biracial television program with a black man and a white man who were partners.
And everybody
it was very cutting edge.
They ran all the time. Everywhere there was running on I Spy.
I spy with my 2 eyes a cappuccino with a narcotic that'll knock you out.
Knock you out. I figure, I'm not waiting any longer if you can't. Perhaps that was the whole reason for the discussion. I believe that, look, it's in my quiver, and I will bring it out occasionally.
Mike, hold on.
Hey, Cos, here's
the theme to I Spy.
Here's the theme to I Spy, Cos.
Stop or I'll shoot. I just need to talk to you with a Diet Coke that I've doctored in order to make you sleep for 37 hours. Raggeds and some rolls. Stop right now. Yes, sir.
Wouldn't it be a Diet Tab?
Yeah, back then it would have been Tab. Or even, you know what? Maybe even Diet Right.
Yeah, Diet Right.
All right.
Time ago.
Well, it's still controversial. Speaking of controversy, when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody, we are going to find some sort of mole, some sort of person who's misrepresenting me. And I am not happy about it. We will take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Southern Nights. Have you ever felt the
Robert Culp.
Oh, yes. Free Jello pudding.
No, I'm not going to do Cosby.
No, what are you doing?
I'm not going to do that. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, my dear friends. It is the new year. But one thing remains the same throughout all of time. Shopping through our Amazon portal remains the single best way to support this show. It doesn't cost any extra, and it means the world to us. The next time you need to buy anything, just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon button on our website. Then shop like you normally would. It's that simple. And for those of you that have anything you need whatsoever, this is the time of year we need you to support us on Amazon.
Please.
More than any other time of year. It's what we call our lean month. But anyway, please do. And now, because you love it, the Amazon Hot Buy of the Day, Rob's Viewack.
Oh, a new year means new office gear, and Amazon has all the hot swing line merchandise that you need. Staplers, staples, paper cutters, 3-hole punches, shredders, even large rubber fingertips. If you gotta buy stuff for the office, why not do it the easy way and save money while you're at it? Quality, innovation, reliability. That's Swingline. And you can get it all at Amazon.com. Back to you, Corky.
Thank you, Albert. If you need it, Amazon has it. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's the best way to save money and support the show while getting what you need the easiest way possible. Remember, click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And if you're smart, you'll bookmark it, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
That's it, bitch. Okay, let me get out of my soundboard here,
Okay.
and then I have to get into my Facebook, and I have to let the Inquisition begin.
The Inquisition.
All right, so right before Betty Bye last night, Mrs. O'Mara says to me,
Is she still
said,
down under your console, by the way?
No, she needed money. She needed money for
like
bingo.
one of those.
Oh,
yeah,
she
did.
got the wallet.
Yeah,
She
like one
went
of those
to
videos I was watching last night.
Yeah, she went to bingo last night and she didn't have cash, and they need cash.
Is
at
that
bingo.
code?
All right, last night. Let me see if I can find it. I hope nobody.
A lot of room
Okay,
under
here
that
we
console.
go. Oh, I know who it is. It's right there. Rob, what are you doing? Rob Ford, Rofo, front and center, you son of a bitch.
Yes.
What are you up to? So, Carla says, why? She says to me right before we turn in. This is when we saw. This is 14 hours ago this was posted. But last night we find this out.
Yeah, just in time for Wheel.
So here's the thing. Carla says to me, what are you doing? I said, what are you talking about? She said, because Carla literally lives on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That is her number one source of entertainment. She knows everything that's on there. She's on there 10 times more than I am. And she says, what are you doing? I said, I'm not doing anything. She said, well, why did you post that? And I said, post what? She said, on your
Get off my case.
on your show page. I said, I don't go to the show page. I hardly ever go to the show page. I don't look at it as much. I look at my fan page and I look at my friend page. That's what I do more than anything else. I will post on the show page when we've got an announcement.
Because you are the Mike O'Mara Show.
That's right.
But I just don't find. I just don't go there because I know we got a lot of people handling it. And who gave? My question is, who gave Robert Ford the keys to the car? Who gave him keys to post? Because sitting there posted 14 hours ago a message that says, how you guys doing tonight? And a picture of me.
Not just a picture, Mike. I've seen this. It's a lovely screen cap.
That was sent to 3,000 people. What the frig are you doing, Rofo?
And to be specific, it is the picture of you making the face that you made to the people in the restaurant that you discussed yesterday when you actually said, I'm going to now do the face I do.
It's the face.
How you guys doing?
Yeah. That's it. That's
Exactly.
It. Yeah.
Right. Rofo.
Yes.
You can't. That's like you're pretending to be me.
No, it's a quotation.
No,
of
do
what
not
happened.
start a sentence with no. It is, of course, you trying to be me.
I'm trying to represent the show to expand the social media footprint for
Representing
2015.
representing the show, though. Who is the show?
Mike O'Mara.
So you're representing Mike, and therefore you're being Mike.
And it really
slightly misrepresented.
When you did that, now
Yes.
now here's where we get into. We gotta find some sneaky. Rob, I need sneaky music.
Sneaky music.
I need sneaky,
I got
sneaky, evil music because this is real. This is where. First of all, how
Mike.
old are you, Rofo?
24.
24. That's a prime sneaky age.
Let me add another layer to this cake.
Please do.
So Rofo, he's actually doing some good, and I won't get into that because that'll bore people. But Rofo has a really effed up. He just doesn't have a governor of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, right?
This is true.
God.
I called Rofo 2 days ago and yelled at him because he had put my tag number online, basically my tag to my car, and I said, well, now everybody can find me.
Yeah, time to think ahead.
Just give him put a Google map up with a little dot.
And incidentally, and Oscar, you're helping now because if it hasn't been taken down, there are people now that are scouring for that tag.
Yeah. And I said, what? And I was nice, but I was also stern when I said, what the F were you thinking doing that?
Yeah.
And he said, and then I had to call Pony because Pony had given him a picture. I said, why would you just give him a picture and say, I gave Pony instructions. I said, do not put that picture up on the web. Do not put that picture up on the web. He sends it to Rofo, and you know what? I'm sitting at home, and I see all these likes come up with a picture I'm tagged in. It's my effing tag number.
Yeah, people like when they can steal your identity. People like, I like this.
What are you doing?
By the way, I shouldn't be all that concerned about it because I see it got 187 likes, and I think only 2 comments, Greg Cox and Jimmy Cerrito. Oh. And you know what Jimmy's was? Because it's never all about Jimmy.
Of course not.
I said, how you doing tonight? Rofo writes that for me, and Jimmy writes, waiting for people to email me at Jimmy Cerrito.
Yeah, he was calling on the joke. He was Cerrito, honk, jot goose. He was kind of beside himself. Poutine. He was beside himself yesterday, excited with the plug for the Super Bowl broadcast or Super Bowl meet and greet. So yeah, I think he's just geared up.
He's in. He's in.
So Rofo, anyway, that looked like I sent that out, and I would never do that. And I don't. And also, how you guys doing tonight? I wouldn't say it like that.
Yeah, his words are carefully chosen.
Yeah.
How you guys doing tonight?
Okay.
What you need to do is call Mike, and every time you post like 7 times a day.
Okay.
Call him, and if you're using his likeness,
hold it.
Hold on that thought. Let's stop that right there. Calling me 7 times a day. Hold on just a second. Wait a minute. No. I may be a little concerned, but I am not concerned enough for 7 personal exchanges with Oscar, you and Rob foolishly are the only ones, please. I do not care to do that with people. The fact that
you won't entertain his calls. What if he had cleared that with you via an email?
Don't put up a post that looks like I'm sending it personally. If I want to do that, I'll do that myself. And I wouldn't just be trolling. It was just so light. It was so lame. I just didn't like it.
It was a hack. I saw it. I said, "Well, that's a hack post."
A little bit, yeah.
I said,
"Mike's have to say for yourself?"
I said, "Mike's better." Than
incidentally, are you high today? Are you? Did you take some sort of narcotic?
No, he's
because you're pausing an awful lot today. So
he's beating.
I'm waiting for you to finish. I don't want to talk over you.
His life
talk
is
over.
a
We
series.
all talk over. Listen, Rob's talking over me right now. We all talk over each other. That's the way the show works.
Rob Ford's life is a series of pauses. That defines his life. It's pause, meal, sleep, and then, pause.
That's
right,
what
now, I don't want you to
here's what's going through my head.
Don't try to be funny. I want you to take us through the thought process. And don't try to be funny. Tell us what you did and why you did it.
Here's exactly what's going through my head. When you said that, how you guys doing tonight? When you were in that restaurant doing that face, I said, when I watched it, I said, wow, this would be a great day to watch you stream to get that experience that I just got. That's a hilarious face and a great part of the show. So I decided to take the picture, put it up, and quote what you said when you were making that face during the show.
Oh, okay. You know what? That is a viable explanation.
However,
that is a viable explanation because that is exactly the quote. That's what I said.
However,
how you guys doing tonight?
You did one earlier this week, or maybe even yesterday, where you put up Bane. And you said, Bane Sherman takes a lot of notes. And then you said, to understand this, you may want to listen.
I am completely, look, I know you think that I'm always easy on Rofo, but that, seriously, I never in a million years expected to get an explanation that I think would be plausible.
Yeah.
He actually quoted that from the show, and I have to give him a pass on that one. I have to give him a pass because that is what it was, and that was the people I was looking at. I didn't even know that. I didn't know
he's
that.
Operating at a higher level.
But you know what might work if I'm doing the show and I'm not getting it, Rofo. The only thing I would tell you when you're going to post something like that, just put up a little more explanation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you're absolutely right.
From today's show when Mike was staring at the mean people in the restaurant. How you guys doing tonight?
Make it a value-added teaser.
Right. Because to be honest with you, I don't mind taking screenshots of everybody on the show and doing more of that. So. That answers that.
And put Mike's home address up on.
And his Social Security number, but not the last
Mother's
3
maiden
digits.
name.
Yeah.
All right, I said then we'll move by that one. Oscar, question for you. Oscar and I have a little chat. Sure. Oscar, when you got off the phone with me last night, does a part of you say, "Jeez, he thinks he's got problems"? When I told you about my altercation in the golf store?
No, I was actually happy. I said, well, at least it's not all good.
I go in.
Was it like a tiny golf store or was it a golf superstore?
It's one of those golf. You got one in Virginia. It's Golf Galaxy. It's the big one. It's the superstore.
Yeah. Superstore.
It's like Asteroids, isn't it? It's a video game.
By the way,
Golf Galaxy.
It's golf. Hold on.
Golf Galaxy.
It's so.
Hey, Bill Fleming, how about that for a sponsor?
Yeah.
Golf Galaxy, huh? Huh? Bill Fleming, it's God calling. Bill Fleming, calling Bill Fleming. Any golf corporation.
What's the biggest funeral home in South Florida?
That's for another time. We'll get closer. So I take my son out to. This is the story of the type of person who's extraordinarily entitled down here in South Florida. I have mentioned, I think on a previous show, they're all here now. These are the people that live here when it's perfect to be here.
Right.
And I'm not going to slam that because I'm trying to pull that off myself, where I will spend time in the summertime when it's up north and vice versa. I'm all about that.
Sure.
However, there is a level, if you've been doing it for years and years and years, you've been living that ideal life for years and years and years, there's a certain type of person that is so incredibly entitled that they do not have any consideration whatsoever for other people. And I experienced it firsthand. Now, one of the things that I am blessed with my son to have is that he loves going out to the golf store just to fart around and
what's it
walk
called?
around. It's a
Golf Galaxy.
Of course.
That's all they get. That's all they get. Kill the music. That's all they get. But because, hey, there's a taste. There's a little, hey, you know what? Who knows? There's a little taste. If they want to, pony it up. But anyway, sorry, Pony.
Does
I take the little guy
Does that
out.
mean start smoking?
I take the little guy out, and I take him to, and he likes it, and he goes, and he's in his stroller, and he'll watch the people putt, and he'll watch me putt, and I'll give him a golf ball, and he'll reach out for the different clubs, and I'll let him hold clubs, and it's half. You know how it is, Rob, when you have kids.
The best.
If you can blow off a half an hour and do so, doing
No fuss,
anything,
no muss.
you will do it. So
Does he ever throw the clubs?
No.
That's learned behavior.
But you have to manage him in there because he might pitch a fit if he sees something he really wants. So the golf ball, I'm okay at the end of the shopping trip, taking it out of his hand, putting it back into the single golf ball bin, and everything's hunky dory. In the back of this store, they have this golf simulator. It's they tee up a ball, and it's a you could put it in your basement if you had a big basement.
Okay.
And it's this giant chute with a TV screen, and it's a simulator.
I've seen
and you
this
hit
before.
it. Really, you
Like
they
a
have
Dave
driving
and Buster's,
ranges,
right?
Yeah, it's huge.
like a Dave and
So
Buster's type of thing, and it's very, very cool. And there's a queue of people waiting to hit golf ball. There's two guys in front of me, and I said, you know what? Going to try to show off for my little guy, and it'll be fun, and I'll position him, and he's fascinated. I mean, you know, the kind of fascinated where he's twisting in the stroller, and he's looking out, and he's checking out. So he watches the other two guys hit. This first guy gets up there, and I pick out a golf club, and I go, yeah, I'll hit a couple in front of my boy. It'll be a lot of fun. And the second guy hits his second ball, and suddenly this guy walks up wearing a sweater. It's not that effing cold to be wearing a sweater.
Very fashion forward.
The celebrity he most resembles is an older version of the "That's My Wine" from The Princess Bride.
Oh, that guy.
Right.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
He walks up. He's got one hen with him and another hen with him, and he walks up. He brushes by me and says, "Hey, Phil," and they go, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm standing in line waiting to hit. "Hey, what's going on?" And so after he's brushed by me, he reaches into the little club bin and he takes out a bin and he walks over to the tee.
So what he's done is he's done the thing where, because he knows someone who has already waited in line, he's marrying himself to him to beat the line.
And if I didn't have the little guy with me, I would have had some of it, but I'm not having any of it. I go, "Excuse me, what's this? I was waiting in line." He turns around and looks at me and he says, "I'm his brother-in-law." And I swear to God, maybe it was the moment, maybe it was the look, maybe it was his entitled demeanor. I wanted to take the golf club and wrap it around his little chicken neck. I wanted to do that. But I eat it because his wife was there.
Sure.
The wife of the other guy was there, and my little guy was there. But I am pissed because you get that crap all the time. And the little ways it manifests itself, if you go out to a restaurant somewhere, the way that people are treated, staff members are treated at the restaurant. Rod, you know that is my number one pet peeve. If somebody S's all over a server, I want to kill them.
Like in Dirty Dancing, they never respected the help.
No respect for the help. And you know what? My thing is,
Jerry Orbach.
It's luck of the draw, okay? These people are working too. They're making their living.
Yeah.
They're going to go out to a restaurant and they're going to order from somebody. Be human to them, you prick.
Yeah.
So he's that kind of guy. So he does this. He hits his two balls. He goes away. Then I get up and I hit a couple of balls. Then the queue starts again. But this time, one of the guys is left. So it's the original brother-in-law guy and me. And meanwhile, Princess Bride douche has wandered off because his attention span, he wants to absorb himself with himself in some other part of the store. So the guy's hitting two balls. Suddenly, he finishes his third ball, the brother-in-law, and Princess Bride man comes up, walks by me again. I swear to God. And here's what it was. I think in his mind it was, well, this is the order now that we do. No, you left the queue.
Yes.
You walked around and looked at things, and I look him dead in the eye, and I said, "You're not going to do that twice."
Good for you.
And suddenly he turns to me and gives me this reptilian look. I swear to God, I thought snakes were going to come out of his mouth.
Looks like Randall from Monsters, Inc.
And suddenly, this guy's like 68, 70 years old. And suddenly we got a little standoff.
Oh,
we got a
boy.
little pissy little standoff.
What?
And do you know the look that I gave the people in the restaurant?
Yeah.
Take that. Don't put a smile on it. And take a look. And suddenly I'm like, the hair on the back of my neck. I'm in a golf store, and the two senior citizens are going to get into a fist fight.
Wow.
Over who's in line. But he, I think, intelligently he backed off
Well,
just
he
a little
saw
bit.
the silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
That
And
frail
the
man.
hair was up.
Protecting his young.
Yeah, but
Oh, I was
exactly.
pissed.
Yeah.
He was
I
about to get
was
thrown.
pissed.
Is there a water hazard on that simulator? Because you were going to throw him into that water hazard.
But the thing was, and that was the whole thing. I was showing off for my boy. I wanted
Yep.
him to see that, and that was fun, and it was my moment. And
This
it's
is
just
how
like,
you deal with the elderly.
It was horrible. It was horrible. But then, he went his way, and I went my way, and there were no
but he's
fisticuffs
my
at all.
brother-in-law.
My brother.
He's my brother-in-law, and I'm
I
entitled
would-
because I'm wearing a purple, chick sweater. I'm wearing a woman. Hey, if I really wanted to go off the guy, I'd say, nice woman's color that you're wearing, with your little patent leather slipper shoes,
Oh,
you
no.
doof dick. Anyway, so I'm glad I got that off my
So
chest.
there's that.
Yeah, appreciate that. And Rofo,
Yes.
more power to you. Keep posting stuff on the Michael Mara Show page.
Will
No
do.
cuts, no butts, no undercuts.
Yeah.
Exactly. And ass, cash, or grass, everybody pays.
Oscar from the Oscar Laboratories, have you produced an Oscarazzi for us
Yes.
today?
Yay.
Well, that's wonderful. We're going to do that next when we come back on the Michael Mara Show.
This week on the Michael Mara Bonus Show.
When I hear you had some creme brulee, which I know is not part of your diet, that's
Right.
like, okay, here we go.
God,
and
he
then-
does hang on to everything.
Well, I worry because I care about you, man.
Yes,
That's
I
the
know,
bottom line. I gave up on Rob, clearly, but I still
course.
care about you.
Yeah, but you know what? You weren't the first one to give up on me. I was the first one to give up on me.
Yes, Rob, your New Year's resolution.
I'm starting to eat breakfast. I had probably not eaten breakfast for 2 years, and it's
If
a
you
really
want to lose weight, don't you?
no. You have to eat breakfast if you want to lose
He's
weight.
eating
You
more.
just added a meal.
Oscar is
No, here's what you don't understand.
such an ass.
The Michael Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at michaelmarashow.com.
That's a funny show. Who does that?
I like that program.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. New Year's here. Out with the old, in with the new. The best way to start on the path for a better you is getting an amazing night's sleep with a Sleep Number bed. I've talked about mine for years. I adore it. I can't sleep without it, and now Sleep Number beds are available with Sleep IQ technology that track your sleep so you know precisely how you're sleeping, and that allows you to have the best possible sleep. Every morning I learn what affects my sleep, so I sleep better each and every day. It's the best. Dual air technology, Rofo. That means that Mrs. O'Mara is on one side of the bed, I'm on the other, and there's a little seam down the middle, and we can adjust it with our firmness level, and we can adjust the back and the legs the way we want to, and that means we'll be sleeping in the same bed until I die of my heart attack. Anyway, my Sleep Number setting is a 75. Carla's is a 65. Sleep Number was named Best of 2014 by a leading consumer magazine, and right now.
When?
Right now. During their lowest prices of the season, you'll save $600 on the number one rated Sleep Number i8 bed. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today only at one of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. You can find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. That number again is 800-511-0061. And don't forget to tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get right to it. The entertainment news from a more youthful perspective. Oscar Santana with Oscarazzi. Take it away, Oscar.
Gentlemen, have you ever seen?
Hold it. What
Where's
about
the I?
Yeah, 2015. I've assimilated. Just kidding.
Oh, that feels better.
Fellas.
Rob and I, you would have thought Rob and I were like, oh my God, what happened?
Hey, a quick
What have you done with Oscar?
quick programming
no.
note. A new Tech 4-in-1 show with 2 gunshot wounds. We'll record live on Ustream tonight at 6 p.m.
Wow. Now, when you record the promos, will you stream that as well?
You know what? We will just for you.
Thank you.
So we'll be back in studio. I think a girl will be back in studio.
Nice.
Todd Moore live back in studio.
Little
We'll
eye
have
candy.
A full recap of CES tonight.
Join Oscar and Todd for Tech 411 when girl says, like my body.
So I can't wait to hear about the entire show and also talk about the new tech gadgets.
Oh, tremendous buzz on social media with Todd Moore out in Las Vegas. Everything from boy, sounds like he's having a blast to is he okay?
Yeah,
I'm worried.
Ambulance met him at Dulles.
Speaking of Vegas, Jennifer Lopez scores a big payday in Vegas for her New Year's Eve show.
Really?
So apparently the formula to see if you can get residency in these Vegas venues is to do a one-off show and see how much money you can bring into the venue, right?
So she's vying to have like the Jennifer Lopez Theater?
Yes.
Wow.
I would sprint to that show.
Oh, she'd be great, yeah.
Sprint to that show.
It may happen at Caesars because...
Have you seen her TV special, the new TV special
I haven't seen
on?
it yet, no.
She is the goods, and she works her ass off, and she does just a really great production show, and that's the kind of thing I'd go to see in Vegas.
And
I
a
think that's the new
fascinating
thing.
fact about her in the audio vault, so stay tuned.
Oh,
Ooh, very
You'll like that, yeah.
She made $410,000 for her New Year's Eve performance at Caesars Palace.
Wow.
To give you a comparison there, Britney made around $475,000. I think she's a better performer than Britney. So
absolutely
more
better
consistent,
performer.
and I think she has a bigger fan base to draw on. Yeah,
as
well. Let me tell you, and she's got a new movie coming out too. I think that's one of her typical the abusive male movie where she kicks his ass in the end.
It's called
She's
Boy
made
Next
like
Door.
9 movies like that. She also made The Cell, which was pretty good. I thought that was a great movie. I've always thought that J-Lo is an underrated actress.
Well, you love that movie where she's the maid.
I love. No, I don't like Made in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan.
You have to bring up the crap movie she did with Ben Affleck. That was a suck
Jiggly.
Not Jiggly, Gigli.
Gigli. No, Jennifer Lopez, I think there's one reason why I like her. She works hard. She is such a hard worker. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of hers. I think she's great.
Cool. So you might see her at Caesars Palace. That being said, when people say, "Oh my God, she got paid $410,000," Caesars raked in a little over $600,000 just that night.
I'm pretty sure that the casino knows how to do a business and make money.
Yes.
Don't weep for them.
It's incredible because it's very similar to our numbers in Reno.
I wish, Jesus. Gentlemen, Tara Reid.
I know. Oscar dreams big, baby.
Yeah.
Hopefully, one day.
Right.
Tara Reid, nude pics.
Yes.
This is the thing about Tara Reid. If you were a young buck, younger buck like myself, not more like Robert Ford, you remember Tara Reid being one of the hottest girls on TV and on film as a young guy. Then you saw her go through her, what was, I would say, the Carson Daly years, where she just got hammered and dated Carson Daly, and then she had bad plastic surgery.
Botched.
Was it American Pie that she was in?
Oh, yeah.
Was she in American Pie, the original American Pie?
Ruffle, put your pants back on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
and also in Lebowski, right? Wasn't she the hot chick in the Big Lebowski?
Oh, yeah. So now this is where her career has come to. She's getting offered $1 million to star in a sex tape at age 39.
God, she's
you know
39?
what I remember most? Do you know what I remember most about her on tabloids? They would show close-ups of her stomach where she had like a botched tummy tuck.
Mike, that's the exact image that pops to my mind. It does.
Right?
Yes.
Right, Rob? Wouldn't they show that constantly when she'd be in the bad celebrity bodies photos
her
of the
stomach
year?
looks like a crooked slice of cheesecake. It's just wrong. Yeah.
And not because she was super fat or anything, but because she had plastic surgery that went wrong.
They botched
That's the way I always thought.
Something happened. Definitely. Now, some may say, well, she's on the rebound because she's got Sharknado 1, 2, and 3 in production.
Yeah, true.
But $1 million for a sex tape, even for her.
Is Carson going to be in it?
No. They broke up
Carson
a long
Daly.
time ago.
God, what a bag of water.
Because I would race home to watch TRL. I'm like, are they dating?
Do you know
you're a fan of Carson Daly?
Oh yeah, I love that guy. I'd blow him.
Oh yeah, of course. That's mark that. You know what? Do you know?
Better edit that one, Pony.
There had to be tears at NBC today because Matt had the day off, and this news broke in France, and Carson Daly's at the anchor desk.
Such an idiot.
Oh my God, he
wasn't
couldn't handle it.
good?
No. You know what he said a lot of? He said a lot of this. Thank you for that.
Oh.
Thank you for that.
At number 1.
Thank you for that. Duh.
That's a good one, Rob.
You think the NFL is making enough money, but apparently they have issued an edict where you have
An edict.
An edict.
I always mess that up. Damn it.
They've issued an edict.
They've issued an edict.
There you go.
That if you have NFL players,
how much time to eat those 50 eggs, Rob Spiewak?
An hour.
I hate you both.
That's why you love us.
If you have a product,
yes,
and you are posting pictures of your product with NFL players,
right,
more than 6, then you got to pay a licensing right. You have to pay the licensing right. So if you're a small company and you get a bunch of players with your T-shirt, or you've got them with your Mangrates, or whatever it may be, you have to pay the licensing fee.
Mike, this is why no one knows about Matt Elliott's maple syrup.
Because hypothetically, guys, this is what I'm talking about. If we got all of the 6 Redskins, right? 7 Redskins to wear the Mike O'Mara Show T-shirt, and we got a big group photo. Hypothetically, by that law, and we put it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, the NFL could come after us.
Man, oh man.
Someone
Have you ever wondered what makes Michael Strahan laugh?
Everything.
So that's interesting. Now, gentlemen, I mentioned this earlier. This is the last one. And Rob, I have broken open that the Friends box set.
Cool.
Because I think it's fun. It's there, and I can
awesome.
choose
I'm glad
each
you
season.
like it.
The first season, by the way, if you go back,
ancient, right?
It's so ancient.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that old, but
it's old.
A lot of fun. If you're a Netflix subscriber now, you can go, and I urge you to go, because there are some great 20-minute episodes that just fly by.
They're all 20. I think they're all like 21:40.
21:40. Yes.
Just a digression here for a second, fellas. I did get a lot of feedback on the TV programs, and one that I have wanted to watch. Oscar, how would I track down Fargo? Where would I find Fargo?
FX is where it originally airs.
Yeah, you can get it on Hulu Plus or Amazon Prime.
I think you'll probably buy the DVDs on the Prime, right?
You can do that as well.
Awesome. Okay, very good.
Fargo rules.
Great show.
Yeah, Fargo I want to check out. That's the one that won.
So again, Netflix, Hulu Plus, Prime, you can look at all these shows, but I can't believe every single one of the Friends episodes are up there.
Yeah.
Waste a weekend, waste a year.
How many? 189?
I'm on episode 4 of the first season.
Wow.
And I had forgotten half the jokes, what they looked like back then.
Well, of course, back then you probably didn't understand a lot of the jokes.
Because he was 8.
And because of your broken English.
I'm still working on it. So that is Oscarazzi for this
There
week.
we go. Thank you, Oscar Santana. We will take a break, come back with the Audio Vault. The end of the week Audio Vault. Always a lot of fun with Rob Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey, I'm Tony Perkins.
Hey, I'm young Gary Stein.
And on the next episode of our show, Gary tells an amazing story, a very funny story about meeting Lana Turner.
That's right.
Man, she was va-va-va-boom.
Where are
Oh,
your
my
hands?
God.
Why do I always do that?
I don't know.
Va-va-va-boom.
I know where they are.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about. Subscribe to iTunes and listen at TonyPerkinsShow.com.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Man, oh man. So join Tony and Gary Stein as they broadcast from Pickfair and Errol Flynn's birthday party. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Join Gary Stein and Tony Perkins as they interview Abbott and Costello right after Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Here to tell you about the TMOS 2015 bonus show package. Listen, this is our way. If you want a comparable, this is like when NPR does their little fundraiser, okay?
Yes.
That's when we sell these bonus show packages. It's our fundraiser for the show. We tell you that we monetize this show by advertising, specialty content, and some merchandise. But the fact is, this is the time of year we need everybody to step up. I'm talking about, if this is something you've thought about doing, but you never gave it a lot of serious thought, this is how we raise money for the show. The new year's here. Time to make a better you. Laughter's the best medicine. So make a resolution to get our 2015 TMOS bonus package. You can subscribe for a full year, and you'll get full access to all the 2015 bonus content, on-demand video access to every bonus show, plus access to the entire bonus show anthology at over 25% savings. I'm asking you to do it this weekend.
Please.
We're doing a super, super push. You'll see it on social media this weekend as well. Please get yourself a 2015 bonus show package. We are trying to catch up on this year because we didn't devote the kind of time we normally devote to it in December. So we're catching up and want you to help us do that. All the dazzling info is waiting for you at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Click the banner ad, mark TMOS bonus packages, and get yourself one right now. Go get them and get ready to laugh all year long. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vaults for today. This is Friday, January 9th, 2015, Rob Spiewak.
You know, Mike, I know you, as a rule, you do not like award shows, but I think the one award show that you do always tune into is the Golden Globes.
Love the Golden Globes,
And it's
yes.
going to be Poehler and Faye are going to be hosting again this year.
Is it this Sunday night?
Sunday night.
Okay.
And they asked Tina Fey, is anything off limits? Because, you know, this is the one that Ricky Gervais got in trouble for really skewering some celebrities. So they wanted to know what her guidelines were.
Finally, let me ask you, is there anything off limits at the Globes?
At the Globes?
Yeah.
Well, we know, Amy and I have always said that the idea that we don't want anyone attending to be scared to be there because of us. It's a party, and it's in the grand scheme of the world, it couldn't be less important. And I think that's what makes it fun.
Cosby jokes?
Oh, heck yes.
So I think
That's
that
cool.
it says to me they've already written a few, so that's exciting.
Thank God. You know, that's worth tuning in right there. And what a great promo. I like they're the goods. They
truly
deliver.
are. And together.
They're consistent, and they really are worth the tuning in. I love that.
All
That's
right,
good. Good for them.
another celebrity has recorded a record that is not normally known for singing. Boys, who is singing this wonderful song? My least favorite genre of music.
Reggae?
Yeah.
Pretty good, though. For reggae.
Sounds like every reggae song.
But definitely overproduced with background singers so
Yeah.
you can't hear them. Give us a hint, Rob. I need a hint.
He did have one hit record in 1984.
Oh,
Primarily,
Eddie Murphy.
It is Eddie Murphy.
It's Eddie?
How about that? Do I know my music? or
Eddie
what?
Murphy's
Hey!
song is called Jaja, but not like Gabor. It's J-A-H. J-A-H. Maybe that's how she should have spelled it. Jaja Gabor.
Is this what happens when you become super famous and super rich?
You can just make a record?
This week, I'm going to make a reggae record.
And Eddie Murphy's dabbled at that for years.
Yeah,
you know?
years.
It's good, though.
Party All the Time, by the way, was his 84
Oh, I
hit.
love that.
Yeah,
song.
that's
What? No, was it
The hit.
84 or was
Smash
it
hit.
later?
I think it was about 84 because I seem to remember it on the 8th grade bus.
All right, 84. Thank you very much.
Can you look
I
at
was
that
a
up
hot
for
rockin'
85.
DJ then.
85, I was very close. You know what must have been the second semester.
I was between radio gigs. I was running a production company at that point, and it's before I started working with Don.
First wife, second wife.
85, 86. First wife.
Ah, yes.
First wife, Mr. Scholarship winner.
And remember, Mike, we always applaud you. You put together a hell of a team.
Great team.
I mentioned Jennifer Lopez. Her new movie, I believe it opens today, is called Boy Next Door. We
Hey,
gave you
let's look
some-
at the studio. It's the Mike Ditka blimp flying across.
Oh, that is just
Oh,
mean
come on.
and
No,
cheap.
Come on.
it's fine.
He did
Remember,
dress up for us.
remember,
That sweater's screaming.
yeah. Remember to buy Michelin. Okay.
Oh, you can't make fun of yourself.
Jennifer Lopez, Mike, if you want to see her nipples, go to this movie. She does a topless scene. And not a body double. J-Lo, what say you?
Was there any moment, not that you need a stand-in or a body double,
Right.
but was there any moment
No,
where
it
you're
was
like,
me.
you know what, maybe I don't want to do that?
Right. No, no, you know, and in great, you know, when you have great working relationships with the director and everybody, writer, producer, and all of that works together, you really talk about it. You go, this is what I feel is comfortable and necessary for the story. And then, you know, you go, well, he might say, well, how about this? Or how about that? And you go, no, yes to this, no to that. And in this movie, it was all me. And
That's
all
right. And show those cans and get those box office receipts.
Way to go, J-Lo.
Now, Mike, you used to play country music, but country music is more popular now than it's ever been before.
I don't like modern country.
And I think one of the reasons that you might not like modern country is a lot of the songs sound alike. Let me illustrate why.
So ridiculous.
Here are songs by Blake Shelton, Luke Bryan, Cole Swindle, Parma Lee, Florida Georgia Line, and Chase Rice. They have edited them all together. See if you can tell where one song stops.
Edited
them
Thank
all
you.
together. See if you can tell where one song stops and another begins. It's a 6-song country mashup. And the lyrics even make sense.
Cottonwood falling like snow in July. Said fireflies popping like a 4th of July.
This is great.
Breeze blowing in, your hair blowing round. You're scanning through the stations looking for that country sound.
And if you look at the
These
video,
are all hits.
if you look at on the video on YouTube, you can actually see the editing blocks that they did, the software. It's fascinating.
Or a bunch of
It's
rubes.
so true. It's that's why my kids listen to it.
And
my kids like the format.
You know, they edit together like that, so nice. But it wouldn't make sense if we played all 6 at once. That wouldn't sound okay, would it? Would it? 6 songs at once.
Sounds the same.
Wow. Come on, guys. Really, get back to it. It's not hard to do.
Stop that. Boo.
I mean, really, I enjoy certain country songs. I like certain country artists, but they all are like, I was down by the fishing hole, and I said, well, she had blue jeans and a nice-looking scarf, and I wasn't, come on, stop it.
Where's Dolly when you need her?
Oh, she could fix it. She could fix it. Hey, you know what? Good news for my kids. Looks like they're getting 2 years of school.
We also have to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to constantly train themselves for better jobs, better wages, better benefits. Put simply, what I'd like to do is to see the first 2 years of community college free for everybody who's willing to work for it.
So that's his legislation that he's going to start
What is
the launch.
What does the work mean?
He was vague about that, and I mean the whole thing. I mean, I don't know how much.
Peace Corps. What's going on?
It was done as
Probably
a
something like that, I would say. So public service, some kind of public
It
work.
was a selfie on Air Force One, so he might have been drunk. I don't know. And finally, Mike, it's so great. It's the time of year that we get new cardinals.
Well, Pope Francis, he announced, new cardinals. Boy, if you're Catholic, is there a more exciting time of year than when they announce the new cardinals? No. Oh, my gosh, no. This is great news for my Vatican Fantasy League. Yeah.
But once again, Mike, not Stan Musial. So I'm sorry about that. That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great weekend, everybody.
That's it. Another Mike O'Mara Show has come and gone. Be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you wish to correspond with the show, send a letter or package. You can send it to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia 20177. To get your message or birthday request into the Wednesday mailbag, email Rob at MikeO'MaraShow.com. The Mike O'Mara Show relies on your word of mouth. Tell a friend or family member about TMOS and make sure they get it too. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for another episode of TMOS. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.